This lesson is on adding and subtracting decimal numbers. This is very similar to adding and subtracting integer numbers, but we have some decimals involved. I want to bring your attention to the black line that is on the top bar. That's going to represent the decimal place. On the left side of the black bar, we have is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s place values. Then on the right-hand side of the decimal, we have is the tenths, the hundreds, the thousands, and also the 10,000s. So the most important part about adding and subtracting decimals is making sure that the decimals are aligned up correctly. So after that, then we can add the numbers vertically, just like how we did with the integer numbers. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have a 0 plus 9 equals 9. And then we're going to bring our decimal place down. 6 plus 2 gives us 8. 3 plus the 0 gives us 3. Example 1. Example 2 is 1.7 plus 25.4. So doing the same thing, we're going to add the 7 and the 4, which are in the tenths values. So 7 plus 4 gives us 11. So I'm bringing the 1 over and carrying the other 1 over to the other column. But we got to bring our decimals down. So 5 plus 1 is 6, plus the number that we carried over will give us the 7. And 2 plus the 0 gives us the 2. Example 3. I have is 125.07 minus 83.48. Now when you do subtraction, you have to look for two things now. First is still making sure that the decimal places are lined up, but also that the first number or the top number is larger than the bottom number. If the top number is smaller than the bottom number, you're going to get negative numbers. So please pay attention to that. Okay, go ahead and subtract 7 minus the 8, which are in the hundreds column. Since you cannot subtract 7 from 8, we have to borrow. So when we borrow, we have is 10 minus 8 giving us the 2. 2 plus the 7 gives us the 9. And now when we borrowed from that 0, that confuses a lot of students. So the way I think of it as actually taking that 50 instead. And so if you've borrowed 1 from 50, you're going to have is 49. So this way we can continue on with the tenths column and do 9 minus the 4, giving us 5, bringing down the decimal place. And we have is now 4 minus 3 is 1. 2 minus 8 we cannot do, so we're going to have to borrow, giving us 12 minus the 8 is 4. Example 3. Example 4 is 83.80 minus 7.6. Now, what we have to check is making sure that the decimal places are aligned. The second thing we're checking is making sure that the top number is greater than the bottom number. So everything looks good. So if we continue on, the hundreds place on the first number is 0. There is no hundreds place for 7.6, so we can add another 0 to match that. Now that's not going to change anything for the place value of the hundredths place, but if we add 0 anywhere else, it can change the place value, so please be careful of that. Okay, so we can go 0 minus 0 is 0, 8 minus 6 is 2, we carry the decimal place down, 3 minus the 7 we cannot do, so we're going to have to borrow. So 10 minus the 7 is 3. 3 plus the 3 gives us 6. Since we borrowed from the 8, we're going to have a 7 as the left answer. So that is the